In the maze, there are exactly 2 triangle puzzles you'll find. One will have 6 squares with triangles in them, and one with 8. As mentioned previously, the location of the puzzles is determined by the orange dots in the 4th panel in the challenge. Here's some things to keep in mind for the triangle puzzles. If you solve a triangle puzzle incorrectly, whether it's the first or the second one in this maze, both triangle puzzles shut off. You'll have to run back to the 3 color panels to regenerate them. Just keep that extra time loss in mind if you're thinking about mulliganing these. For the 6 triangle panel, one decent method for solving it is to start by drawing a big zigzag through the panel, find the triangles that aren't satisfied, and then see if you can make slight adjustments to that zigzag to satisfy the triangles. A lot of the time, if you can start out the puzzle correctly, the rest will basically solve itself. So if you're having trouble with a puzzle, change up how you start it. Don't get stuck making minor adjustments to the end of your solution when the problem might be how you started it out. Similarly to the color separation puzzles, you can try changing the direction you draw your line. If starting out horizontally doesn't work, try starting vertically, and vice versa. Sometimes solving a triangle puzzle backwards is easier than solving it forwards. If you're stuck, try starting from the finish and tracing out the solution in your head. This is especially true when most of the symbols are grouped near the finish. Try focusing on squares with 3 triangles first. There aren't many ways to satisfy a 3 triangle, and you can often narrow down your choices based on the adjacent triangles. Similar to the previous tip of trying to solve the puzzle starting at the exit, you can try solving the puzzle starting from a satisfied 3 triangle. After some practice, you may start thinking less about the triangles individually and pay more attention to the patterns they form together. For example, a pair of 3 triangles side by side need to be zigzagged like this, or like this. Here's a somewhat common pattern with 2 triangles, and although this isn't how you'll always need to handle it, a great solution to try just involves wrapping the line around the perimeter of the pattern like this to satisfy all the 2 triangles. When you see a pair of single triangles positioned diagonally from one another, you might immediately think about cutting straight through the middle or forming a right angle with the line to grab both. But another common yet unintuitive thing you can try is to hook through the intersection between them like this. How exactly you'll need to handle this pattern is often dictated by other triangles in the puzzle. The positioning of the triangles matters as well. Single triangles in the corner of the panel mean that your line will never touch the corner because you'd have to touch the triangle twice. There are a lot of patterns and a lot of ways of handling each pattern, so I can't really list more specifics, but it's something to pay attention to and try to learn. Recognizing patterns will let you narrow down your solution options really quickly. As you're solving the triangle puzzles, remember to keep the maze route memorized. It's easy to forget when you spend too long on a triangle puzzle.